I think a lot of online business coaches out there are giving you bad and false information that is potentially going to cost you and your business time and money. So in this video, we're going to talk through why I think that, my opinions on it, and we're going to see what you guys think as well. So it's a pretty strong opinion to have, and I completely understand the irony here, where I am on the internet giving out business advice. I'm an online business coach, and yet I'm saying that most of them are not worth listening to. And I'm going to explain a little bit more about that. So as a backstory, I, like yourself, have listened to every business podcast you could think of. I've watched every business video on YouTube on online coaching and scaling this and growing that and email lists and everything. Like yourself, I walk the dog listening to podcasts. I drive my car listening to podcasts, or if you fancy, pay YouTube Premium and listen to YouTube Premium while you're driving because you can download it. I have done that, and I still do that. I guess a lot of you do. And there are some red flags. I listened to, for the first year and a half of my online coaching business, a lot of business advice that was, I say wrong. I don't think there's any wrong advice. I think a lot of it works in very specific situations and for specific people. But for the vast majority of us, I think a lot of it just doesn't fit our businesses, doesn't fit us, who we are, what we want to build. And a lot of it, I think, is coming from a bad place. A lot of it isn't coming from a place of understanding of other people's needs, but a lot of it, crucially, isn't coming from a place of experience. Now, I run an online coaching business. Now, that sounds stupid to say, as I'm an online business coach, or starting to be an online business coach, but for the last few years, I have been running an online coaching business. I'm a dog trainer, and I transitioned from traditional dog training, built my business into an online platform, and then started online coaching and online memberships and everything that you can think of, and courses, memberships, one-to-ones, Zoom calls, the lot, live sessions. I come from a place where I have an online coaching business. I do online coaching. I still do it. I have done it. I still do it. I continue to do it. I will continue to do it. You can see that. My page is Dovecote Dogs. You can go and check me out. You can see all of my content. You can see where it got better. You can probably see some mistakes I made. You can see the lot. I am transparent. And what that means is that everything I'm teaching you on this channel comes from a place of experience. It comes from a place of, I've done that, I made that mistake, I did that and that worked. It comes from a place where I have trialed things, I've experimented with things, and I've got things right or I've got things wrong. There are a lot of coaches out there, online business coaches, who the only business they have ever ran is that online coaching business. That's the only one they have ever run. And for me, that's a bit of a con. There's a reason, I think, people like James Smith, for example, he's a big name, let's use him because most of you will know him. The reason he does well is because, yes, he's good at what he does. He makes compelling content. He writes great content. That's true. But you all know him as a personal trainer. You will know him from running another coaching business. You will watch that coaching business grow. You saw him grow on YouTube. What that basically did was build trust, not necessarily in him as a PT, because you might not have wanted a PT. It built trust in the fact that you knew he knows how to build a business. And I think that's crucial. I think if you're going to give online business advice to coaches and things like that, you need to have ran an online coaching business. Sounds very simple to say, but there are a lot of them out there who haven't. And that brings me on to my next point. Because they haven't, what they do then is they kind of play down how hard it can be. And you will hear so many of them talk about 100k months, 100k month, 100k month. And what they don't give you is the truth and honesty behind what it takes to hit even a 10k month, or a 15k month, or a 20 or a 25k month. They don't talk about that. They just talk about how the fact that you could hit 100k a month. Or you could, yeah, I could also fly to the moon if I became an astronaut. It's going to be incredibly difficult to do so. They don't give you the full story. They give you half of a story. And then they show you some Stripe accounts or some things that may or may not be real. We don't know. Nobody knows, because reviews can be faked. We all know that reviews can be faked. And that's why I'm a big fan. If you watch my dog training, my reviews that I use are all screenshotted WhatsApps or messages and things like that. I never just write the review out. I'm very cautious and wary of people who type a review as if the person had said it and they're just writing it out. But just show me the text. That's what I want to see. Show me the text. So they downplay how hard it can be to get to these levels. Yeah. And that's dangerous, because that's going to put you in a position where they're probably going to force you to do a lot of paid in full work. They're going to want you to charge your clients thousands of pounds up front. And what that does is, if you take in let's say it's £2,000 a month, and they force you to upsell, do loads of sale calls, and you take in 10 clients, that's £20,000 in a month. But that's only 1 month. Next month, what happens? You've got to do it again and again and again and again and again. And they don't tell you that full story. They're not telling the full story that actually, oh, here's a client who hit 50 grand a month. Yeah, but he's hit 50 grand a month selling 12 months worth of work. So he now has to fulfill that work for the next 12 months. That's not fair. That's not true. And it is dangerous advice, in my opinion, because it will get clients and it will get people who are almost desperate to make money. They want to make money, and you don't build a sustainable business that way. You do not build a sustainable business where you take in loads of money and then nothing. Yeah, that's not how we want to build our businesses. I also think as well is that a lot of online business coaches out there are selling you courses or mentorships that I think on the face of them sound great. You watch their content. You build trust with this person. This person puts out content. You watch them, you build trust with them over and over again. You decide, I'm going to sign up to their coaching. You sign up to their coaching, and who do you get given? A success manager or a mentor who isn't the person you've been watching. And I think that is very dishonest. If I watch you on social media, if I watch your YouTube, I listen to you talk about your business, when I pay to work with you, guess who I want to work with? I want to work with you. I don't want to work with your success manager. I want to work with you. And there are a lot of online business coaches out there who do this. And this is something that in my coaching business, I'm very, very, very kind of careful not to do. It's me. If someone pays to work with me, if someone wants training from me, it's me. You pay, you get me. That's how it should be, in my opinion. And again, all of this is my opinion. If you disagree with me, or you agree with me, or you've been burnt by anything like this, let me know in the comments. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Let me know in the comments if you've been hit by this. But these are just my opinions. There are probably a lot more. As soon as I turn this camera off, I think, oh, I should have said that, or I should have said that. But they're just a few of my opinions as to why I think a lot of people out there who are giving business advice are dangerous. You need to look for reputable people. Yeah, and I'm going to say myself, of course I am, but I'm not going to tell you that everyone can hit 100 grand a month. I'm actually going to tell you the opposite. Yeah, I'm going to say that the vast majority of people can't hit 100 grand a month because it's very difficult, and the vast majority of people don't want to. In my opinion, if you're earning £2,000 or $2,000 a month in your online business or in your 9 to 5, let's say 9 to 5, and you can start your online coaching business, well then let's just focus on hitting 5 grand a month. If you were doing 2 grand a month there, let's do 5 grand a month. You've doubled your income. Life's going to get a lot better. You're going to have a lot more free time. Yeah, it's not going to be as stressful, and we can do it in a way that is sustainable, that's going to last the long run. That's what we want to build. That is exactly what we want to build. Also, someone like myself, I live and breathe this. I do this every day in my current business. So you can see it. You know that it's coming from a place of experience. So if you want more help, more tips, more advice like this, more stories, be sure to sign up to my newsletter, sign up to my email list. There's a link below this video. So click there, sign up, hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up, and be sure to comment. Let me know if you agree, if you disagree, let me know, because, you know, we're always up for a chat.